Hello and welcome back to Surly Tim's. Now in this episode I'll be covering the movie Death Rage, aka Blood Reckoning, from 1976. Persuaded to come out of retirement, Peter Marciani, Yul Brynner, of 1956's Ten Commandments and also of that year, The King and I, is promised an opportunity to assassinate his brother's killer. But when he finds love in the arms of Annie, Barbara Boucher, of the 1967 parody to Casino Royale as Moneypenny, and the lead female protagonist in my favorite episode of Star Trek the original series, By Any Other Name, which only helps to complicate his assignment and puts both of their lives in danger. The story was pretty standard for movies of this genre, which made it pretty easy to predict the outcome, but I found the subplot to be compelling, so I gave it a .5. And from what I was able to dig up, this was considered by many to be Brynner's worst performance of his career. But I found it to be par for the course in regards to his talents, as I have always found his approach to acting a little stiff, but as there was a matter of contention between Boucher and her co-star, I thought that she carried most of the film on her own. But I'm afraid that wasn't enough to sway my opinion, so I gave the acting a 0. And as Antonio Margheriti, aka Anthony Dawson, had a career spanning almost 40 years of varying genres, with such entries as Assignment Outer Space from 1960, Horror Castle from 1963, and Vengeance from 1968, I felt that from what I know of his capabilities, this movie was a standard for the director, so he earned a .5. I found that with my pan and scan copy that I had to find a better version of the film, so I was lucky enough to find one on YouTube that had minor issues with the dubbing. But I felt that the production of the film was fairly impressive and with plenty of interesting location shots, and they seemed to handle the dubbing and the technical issues pretty well. So I gave them a 1 when it came to this category. Now, in my opinion, I thought that it was pretty much a stereotypical mafia revenge film, and not particularly impressive. So the fact that the subplot and Boucher's performance were really the only things that I found any value in, I had to give it a 0. So that tallies up to a total of 2, which makes this one a below average film, so I doubt that I'll ever find myself watching Death Rage from 1976 ever again. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.